Hello, Samantha. Are you here for Summoner's Court?
I am. I'm actually rather good at it. Used to play all the time with my brother, until... Never mind. Shall we begin?
Yes, I'm ready to play.
Then let's get summoning. Accio!
Accio!
That was sensational! Accio! How am I to top that? Accio! Yes!
Accio!
How am I to top that? That settles it, then. After your poor show against Natty in class, I thought I could beat you. Appears I overestimated myself.
Don't say that, Samantha. You're a fine player.
Well, that's very kind of you. Let's just say if I'm good, then you're better. I happen to know who you're up against next, and she's no shy opponent. Best of luck.
Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle? Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect Hawklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Hawklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting Hawklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather Hawklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I, and the vendors I help, would greatly appreciate it.
You can't imagine how inconvenient.
These rocks have seen better days. I know what that means. Merlin trial. Confringo! Merlin himself would be proud. This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned. Gave the hawk lumps to Mrs. Sprottle, but I still need to visit the cave to find Sirona's box of letters. Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Potato! Stupefy! Confringo! Stupefy! Expelliarmus! Stupefy! Arresto Momentum! Potato! Stupefy! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Stupefy! Potato! Stupefy! Confringo! Stupefy! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Potato! Stupefy! Confringo! Stupefy! Expelliarmus! Stupefy! Revelio. Confringo! Revelio. Lumos. Fringo! Revelio! This must be Sirona's box of letters. I should take this box of letters to Sirona. I think that's everything. Sirona will be glad to have this back. Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Still talk about you taking down that troll in the village circle. You certainly made an impression.
Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk lumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Thank you for your persistence and cleverness. I confronted Piers about it and he confessed straight away, the old rascal. We've agreed to let bygones be bygones. Don't forget to say hello the next time you're in the Three Broomsticks. Thrilled to be back there again.
Hello, Adelaide. I received your owl.
Thank you for coming. You see, my Uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I take it you and your uncle are close.
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5. Uncle Roland's looked after me for as long as I can remember. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. Oh, Uncle Roland, what have you got yourself into?
Uncle Roland is all right. He seems very worried. Adelaide mentioned her uncle's camp may be near Brogborough, past the river.
Letting Landing on the dragon fight was the best decision I've made yet.
Confringo! Stupid! Stupid one! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
Just how many?
He's not just one, is it? It's the old lot. All falling away, something over them, what seems to have gripped one of us his minds. That's what's happened here, isn't it?
Resto momentum!
Serve your mistress! I've seen you use Expelliarmus.
Confringo!
You'll never be able to defeat all the Ashbinders.
Potato! Stupid one! Stupid one!
No one takes one of my own.
Confringo!
You're going to regret that. That's just the beginning. Reducto!
Confringo!
I won't go down hesitation to your knees.
Stupid one! Confringo! Confringo! Expelliarmus! That's the Resto momentum!
You've made a grave mistake. I'm not...
No one to share in my victory. Revelio.
Can't say I blame them, what with all I've done there.
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo!
You will pay for your deed.
Potato!
Come on,
Stupid one.
you're free.
Shame nobody saw that. Could it be a Merlin trial? Revelio.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Accio.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Convulso.
Accio.
Confringo. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Depulso.
Accio.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Accio.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa.
Revelio.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo. Flipendo. Flipendo. Flipendo.
These Merlin trials won't get the best of me. Could this be Mr. Oakes' campsite? Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead.
What have we here?
Confringo.
Easily diverted.
Arresto Memento.
Pity. Not quite. That was a grave mistake.
Confringo.
I've been fighting since before you were born. You won't stop me.
Arresto Memento.
Was that your best?
Confringo.
Let's find out what happened here.
Revelio. Confringo.
Mr. Oakes' trade journal. Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him. I should investigate.
Revelio.
A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time.
Allow me to put you out of your misery.
You've made a mistake. I won't let that. No.
A rock formation. That's the first landmark on this map. Now to find the crooked tree.
What was that? What's this? Thought we'd forget about that goblin hell. No.
Stupid move. You may want to.
Wingardium Leviosa. You're the little son that saved. Well, I've seen Billy Wink
Stupid.
What?
Let me go.
One less poacher in the wizarding world. Confringo! This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Revelio. Revelio. I know a Merlin trial when I see one. Reparo. Not so tricky after all, Merlin. A crooked tree, just as the map said. The crumbling tower shouldn't be far from here.
It's been ages since I've found anything worth poaching this crack on.
Confringo!
Oh, here to show me some dark magic. Thought we'd forget about that goblin helmet, Nick.
Arresto momentum. Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin. Revelio. And the crumbling tower. The spot on the map should be directly south of here. Confringo! That's that. Settled. Who lived here, I wonder?
Off on another adventure, are we?
What do we have here?
Confringo!
Pitiful. This is
I may have more luck higher up in the keep.
Revelio. Confringo.
not quite.
Arresto momentum. Levioso. Repulsor. Confringo. Potato. Stupid. Revelio.
What went on here, I wonder?
Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
A ladder. That's what I need.
Confringo. Potato. Expelliarmus.
Perhaps not the best place to be caught alone.
Aha! There!
Expelliarmus.
Red Rockwell Uniter!
Confringo.
This is the spot on the map. I'd best have my wits about me. Stone walls do a prison make, sometimes.
Revelio.
Up for a bit of dying, are we?
Wingardium Leviosa.
You will regret coming here. I'll bury you in it. Can't handle a little altercation. Don't do that again, I beg you! I hate
Lumos.
Is that it?
Flipendo. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Revelio.
Goodness. Not a party to attend by myself.